It is not my mere opinion that every human being requires intense training to stimulate growth. It is a well-authenticated fact beyond debate. And because the magnitude of the toll on the body's limited recovery ability made by high-intensity training is enormous, such training must be brief and infrequent to allow for the production of an increase. The major philosophic theme of these tapes is that without a firm intellectual grasp of and guidance by a valid theory, one cannot be certain he is on the right course. A sane individual setting out on a trip from Los Angeles to New York will consult a map being a theory of how to get from one place to another. Without it, he would get lost, lose whatever certainty and motivation he may have had, and terminate his effort along the way. Knowledge, like any other value, has to be gained through a volitional effort. Anyone smart enough to learn the ABCs, write a sentence, or read a book can, with enough effort, integrate and make use of the knowledge contained on these tapes. It's not likely that you'll get it on the first listening, however, so listen to the tapes repeatedly until you do have a firm grasp.
This is the end of tape 1. Please go on to tape 2, the fundamentals of muscular development.
Most bodybuilders make a basic mistake, which from one perspective it might be said, that this mistake accounts for all of their other mistakes, and it is that they don't take this goal endeavor seriously enough, at least to remember one crucial point, that bodybuilding really is a part of exercise science. I am not suggesting that one must be a full-fledged exercise scientist or a PhD in exercise physiology to be a successful bodybuilder, of course not. It would argue one of education, however, to deny that a firm grasp of the fundamental principles of bodybuilding science would be to the individual's decided advantage. The first thing one learns when studying exercise science formally in college is something that many already know, or are at least familiar with, and it is that the field of exercise science is divided into two fundamentally distinct branches, namely aerobic and anaerobic. While there may be those listening that probably already know some of this early preliminary material, let it be known that I am not merely going through a perfunctory review here to eat up time. These basic points are being raised so that I'm certain you have them clear and clean in your mind. Then I will connect them to new ideas in the attempt to create a logically clear perspective. Aerobic exercise, of course, is geared exclusively to the development of endurance of a certain type, and is properly defined as low-intensity, long-duration activity. This last statement, listener, is very important. You might make a note. I'll repeat it. Aerobic exercise is properly defined as low-intensity, long-duration activity. Bodybuilding is a part of the opposite branch, anaerobic, and that is vitally important also, so please write it down. The fact that aerobic and anaerobic are to be regarded as opposites, and I'll elaborate on why that's important shortly. Anaerobic exercise is not geared ordinarily to the development of endurance, although there is something called anaerobic endurance, which is not relevant here. Instead, anaerobic exercise is geared to the development of strength, muscular size, and speed, and is properly defined as high-intensity, short-duration activity. It is this, precisely this, high-intensity, short-duration activity that is responsible for the development of muscles beyond normal size, not long, drawn-out bouts of endurance-type activity.